that we are being recorded, and it is 9:01 a.m. We do have a quorum this morning, so I appreciate everyone showing up and taking the time to do this. So the first item on our agenda today is the approval of our agenda. It's the April 7th meeting agenda.
Move to approve.
Oh, okay. I have one discussion item on that. On the agenda item on number, actually it has to do with 14 Sunflower, item number 16. I think we should have the new construction request and the variance request separate as a separate item. I don't know your guys' idea on that, but I like to keep them separate. That way we could approve one without the other, or might defer one without the other, and so forth.
It's fine with me. Haven't we already looked at the new construction at some point? Because I remember seeing that place one other time.
I don't recall that. Maybe Joel, you could address that. Has this been submitted prior?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I didn't recall. The lot didn't look familiar to me.
Okay, the lot just looked familiar to me with the big drop off in front.
Oh, we might have had a glance at that, Joe Jean. You might be correct. We did look at a couple that were sitting right as conceptual only.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's something you drove by. But anyway, so that was I don't know if we want to separate the two, the new construction from the variance request, because if we approved it in conceptual only, that's all it was. It was just conceptual, and that might have been for the exterior and so forth. I still didn't see the place staked out, so I didn't see a location of where the actual residence is going to set, and that was supposed to be strung out. Assuming I went to the correct place, and I double checked. So did you see string line anywhere?
I have to go. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. All right. Well, we're kind of getting off on a discussion. So, Justin, do you have any preference on whether we should leave the variance request with the new construction request together or separate the items?
Is there anything that would stop us from being able to look at both today? Would they need to be resubmitted, or
Nope.
Could we? Then I'm happy enough to have them as two separate things, as long as everybody else is good with it.
Okay, well, we have the majority now. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and so Deb, just so you know, we are going to separate the variance request from item number 16, and we're going to make it a new item. We're going to make that item number 18. And it'll be the variance request for 14 Sunflower. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
All right, it's approved unanimously anyway, so. Okay, all right, very good. So that was the, now we'll go back to item number 1, approval of today's meeting agenda with the correction, with the addendum.
I'll either second or approve it, whatever.
Yeah, as long as we're all in agreement, it's fine, it's unanimous, so. Okay, item number 2 was approval of the February 2nd, 2022 meeting minutes. I sent out an email this morning. I don't know if you all had a chance to see that, but I found several issues with the meeting minutes that I would not want them published the way they currently are written. Several of the items didn't make sense whatsoever. The response that was written on there and if I was a homeowner and got and I wrote that to you, if I got a letter in the mail or something from the ACC coordinator over there and opened it, I wouldn't even know how to respond.
I got your email and I was wondering, I thought that George approved this without us. I thought that you got an email from the homeowners and said something about George said that he approved it or something like that.
That was a particular project. That was a windward project in particular that. that
Yeah,
we were-
isn't that what number 4? That was, yeah, number 20, 25 windward, and I believe that's what item 4 is.
Yeah, well, our minutes there was, or our meeting there was with verifying lot coverage and so forth, stake out where the, and that's one of the problems I had. I think our minutes should be bullet points. It should be exactly what we're asking for. Not part of a discussion. It should just be, you know, it doesn't say house is currently 20 foot off its setback and needs a variance request. I'm not, that kind of didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so it just needs to be written very precise and clear, right? So they are asking, they were building this in the setback. We didn't know exactly where. There was a question that Rich had about which deck it was to begin with, and then which way were they extending it. And so it should have been staked. It should have had lot line or a string up, right? So it should have been strung out so we can actually see where the new extension planned on going. And then we'd know how to address it better. So that's why it was deferred. The email you're referring to, I do not know what happened. There was actually a few emails went back and forth. I never got a hold of George. George never responded to me. It was like almost 6 weeks. I heard no response from George. As you know, he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what dialogue they had back and forth together. You saw her response to me was, ask George if you want to know what we talked about. That's how she responded. And I got no response from George. So I do not know what was discussed. I drove by yesterday. I didn't see anything going on there. So I'm not sure where it was left or what happened. So my all this conversation to me is about in regards to item number 2 is approval of the February 2nd meeting minutes, and I myself cannot approve them the way they currently are. I think they just need to be cleaned up real quick, and maybe that's something, if we agree to, we could just look at them over email. Deb can clean them up and get them back out to us if she has that time, then we could review them over email, and if we're all in agreement, get that back to Deb and let her post them, or we could wait till our next meeting to review them again.
The email idea sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I agree also.
Okay, all right, so we're in agreement on an email. And we'll review those minutes so we can get them out quickly. Based on Deb's timeframe on when she can return. Okay, so my motion was to defer the minutes until they were corrected.
I'll second that.
Okay, second by Justin. And that's unanimous. Okay, move on to item number 3, which is 104 Grandview. This is a tree request. So the first thing I noticed on here is it's a tree request to remove a tree that belongs to the neighbor. It's not on his property, and it's stated on there that it's not their tree. The other thing is the tree doesn't need our approval. It's below the diameter for our approval for that one tree to be removed. And it still needs a county permit. So my understanding is the new rules, and I should verify this, is that the county this year is requiring a permit no matter how many trees are being removed. You remove one tree, you need to go get a permit. They did have rules on sizes. And so I'm not sure if that is in effect anymore or what they're doing. It was a new watershed deal. So I need to verify that. I should have did it prior to this meeting. I apologize for that. But so in my opinion, it's only my opinion right now that this tree could be removed by the owner, the lot owner that owns where the tree is located. He doesn't need our permission. He could remove that tree if he'd like. Any discussion?
Okay. Will a letter be sent to the owner stating that?
I'm sorry, Georgine, I didn't hear that.
Are we going to send a letter to the owner of the tree stating what you just said about the size and everything?
That would be the idea, right? And I should have clarified. Deb, are you taking notes for today?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Yeah. So yes. So that would be my thing is we would send a letter stating that the tree could be removed by the homeowner where the tree is located.
You got it.
And just to check with the county, see if permit is required. is what I would say with that one. Do you guys have any ideas otherwise?
Well, can we jump down to numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9 while we're talking about that tree?
Well,
And
we can. I'd like to clear the tree out of it though, because it really didn't need to be on here. And then if you want to, unless we have people in attendance,
do.
then I would go to the people in attendance first, if that's
Uh,
okay.
okay.
And I
Well,
probably
I'll move to
should have did that
approve.
before I went to the tree, so I apologize.
We have Rob from the tree specifically and the rest of those in attendance right now.
Let me try to see who. Okay, who's here for the tree? Justin, did you say someone was here for that tree?
Listed on the. Oh, it doesn't have a
Oh,
microphone.
hey, right, yeah, my computer does not have a microphone, so I called in as well. Okay, so that is not, oh, that is this tree. Okay, so I don't have an issue with the tree. So again, if the owner wants to remove the tree, the owner can remove the tree as far as I'm concerned, unless Justin or Joe Jean have anything else in regards to that.
I don't have anything.
I don't have any problems.
Okay, so 104 Grandview, item number 3 is approved pending county requirements. So they just need to review with the county to see what they need to do. It's an insignificant tree as far as we're concerned, so we have no issue with that being removed. Okay, now attendees, Deb, can I get a list of who's all here and for what projects they're for?
You mean, okay, so I have, I'm looking, I'm sorry, you gotta be patient.
So,
Uh,
so Chad is here for 14 Sunflower. Okay, I see that. And then Rob is here for 104 Grandview. But I don't know the other two, although I do recall that name.
Those are the only ones that I see, Keith.
There's a Polly Keith also in the
Yeah, there's a Polly
Chat.
Keith. I did see that name. Okay, that's for 18 Spinnaker. And that was a generation, and then just a phone number. I'm not sure that, I think that's probably
phone
Rob
number's Rob.
called in. Yeah, he called in as well. Okay, all right, very good. So 104 is going to take a while, so I suggest we go to item number 14 would probably be very quick. If that's if anyone has a problem with that, or is that okay? We can jump down to item number 14, which would be 18 Spinnaker Lane, which was the generator location change.
It's okay with me and I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Justin, you have any issues with that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, that item has been approved. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that. Okay. Next, we are going to go to, I guess we'll go to 104 Grandview. Although, you know what? We got Joel on the line, actually. Joel, you're still here, correct?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, let's go to, let's take, we have the home builder here and we have Joel Carter here. So let's jump down to item number 16, which is 14 Sunflower Court. And that's a new construction. And then we'll have item number 18, which will be a variance request for the driveway. So the driveway needs to be wider and yeah, I understand that. I didn't see an issue with that. So Chad, you have access. Can you talk to us? Deb, can you bring Chad over so he's able to speak to us?
Oh, he said, can you hear me? I don't know.
He should be able to bring audio. He should be able to bring them over to us. And just so everyone knows, this is Deb's first day to run the Zoom meeting, and I have never ran one myself, so I was no help to her in a couple questions she had. So I apologize. And our IT guy is on vacation this week, well-deserved vacation, and so he's helped the best he can before he left. So we will try to get through this, I guess. So Chad, the first question I have is, this is Chad from our committee. Is that correct? Our ACC committee? Chad, can you respond? No.
I'm with Rubicon.
Okay, with Rubicon. Okay, there you are. Now we got you too. Great. Okay, so the first question I have, the project isn't staked out. I didn't see it string line up. Couldn't see where the residence was going and so forth.
I think you went to the wrong location because both 12 and 14 is staked out and there was a string line up.
There was. Okay. Gosh, I'm wondering. I know I went to the wrong location on my first visit. So I did a couple other sites and then I went back and I thought I double checked and verified the location. I saw some trees were denoted out there to be removed. I saw a couple white stakes in the ground, but I could not see anywhere where there was anything strung up for the residents.
I've had string lines get taken down before, so it could have been taken down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So I just was out there yesterday. So yeah, I don't know when the last time you were out there, but okay.
I strung it up over a week ago, or we staked it out over a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it should have been there. Okay. All right.
A week ago. It was a week ago. Yeah.
All right, Joel, I'm going to let you take this project so you can present it to the ACC committee.
Alrighty. Yeah, so it was staked out when I did a site visit.
Awesome. That's good. Good to know.
It was a minor note, but the policies call for the decks to be in one color and the rest of the house in another color, but that was pretty minor.
I'm glad it was staked out.
Yeah. There are photos in the Google Drive of a site visit. You can see if you were not able to make it out there. I think everyone has the link for that. I'll get my screen share up here in just a moment. All right. And I've been posting reports to just brief kind of outlines about what the process when it's submitted, things that have been corrected by the builder, requests send it back for revisions, and so you can see those in the report here. And so for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Joel. I've been the inspector here for Sudden Valley since April last year. So we do the plan reviews for new construction. I have a checklist I go through to make sure that the application, the plans, the builders are meeting all these, checking all the boxes that align with the ACC policies. And then when they're good to go, then we put them on the meeting for your review. So things like setbacks, property coverage, the driveway, all the things that we look at on an inspection are part of that checklist. And then usually, so most things are taken care of. And so that saves a lot of work for the ACC members to try to dive into the planning. So hopefully I'll try to condense things into just some notes for the ACC that do require your attention. But if you have any other questions during here, feel free to interrupt and ask. So a couple of notes, so we're good on height, we're good on the driveway slope, property coverage, open space, those are all green. A couple of notes I've got, the paint colors are not automatically from the automatic approval color palette from the ACC, so those will need to be approved. There was a driveway variance for a 22-foot wide driveway with 20 feet is the maximum. The exposed concrete, so there's going to be a concrete retaining wall under the driveway. near the road facing the house. It's not going to be very tall, and so the builder I've talked to him about, let them know here's the rules. Generally, we have, when there's exposed concrete, it's the policy states, hey, it should be covered in, should be screened.
Yeah.
Typically wood screening like cedar fence panels is acceptable, or exposed aggregate is also an acceptable covering. I've seen cobble block, ecology blocks be approved, something basically other than bare concrete, but also big painted exposed concrete walls are also not generally accepted. This will be a small, sorry, my site plans. Let me get to the right page here. I'm trying to do two things at once here. So here's a driveway section. And the detail, the concrete in question is right here. This concrete wall. So it'll be under the driveway facing the home. Probably not going to be a lot of eyes on it. And I know, ACC, we're looking at mostly at aesthetic things here. So the question is, would it be acceptable to just have that be painted instead of covered with wood?
And it would be the body color of the home, correct?
Correct.
So I don't have a problem with that myself. Joe Jean?
No, I
Justin?
have no problem.
I have no issue with that.
Okay, Joe Jean, I didn't hear your comment.
I have no problem.
Okay, so we're fine with that, Joel.
All right. Next up, paint. I guess we'll talk about paint colors. Spec sheet here. So for the paint colors,
I was okay with them. That's just me.
Mhm.
Joe Jean, Justin, any comment on the paint colors?
They kind of look like white and black to me.
so siding, the body color is going to be a kind of a gray, and then trim will be white and black,
Okay.
and then the garage door is going to be painted black.
They're fine with me.
Okay,
Yeah, I have no issue.
Yep, we're good on those.
great. Next up, the other thing for ACC, the variance for the driveway. So 20 feet wide is the policy maximum for a driveway. 22 feet is being proposed.
I had no problems with that due to the circumstances.
Mhm.
That's just me again.
I agree.
Again, I have no issue with that.
Okay, so Joel, since you brought that up, guys, so that'll be on our new agenda, our revised agenda or corrected agenda. That'll be item number 18, the variance request for 14 Sunflower has been approved unanimously. And that'll be for the driveway variance.
Okay. And then the last thing on the list is, so the Sunflower Circle is a one-way road. It is pretty narrow. So contractor parking, will be pretty quite limited. So the builder here, Chad, would like to look for some sort of alternative parking solution. In the past, I believe, I believe contractors have been able to park like down at the marina, and then have some guys shuttle up.
Yeah, I agree. I have no problem with them trying to find alternative parking area for sure.
Mhm.
I think it's a great idea and I appreciate them taking that effort.
All right.
Any other comments, guys?
Oops.
I have no comments.
Yeah, I don't think that should be an issue. I think that's a great proactive approach.
All right. Other things, you can see a list here. I won't read through all of them, but things have been revised. Everything else on the plan looks pretty good. I don't have any issues otherwise. So I'll open it up to any questions or comments.
Guys, did you have any comments on this?
I have no comments.
The only two comments I had, there was no string line, but apparently I was at the wrong lot, and there was no address signage up. Did you guys, is there a lot sign up that says Rubicon Homes and an address and stuff? Did I miss?
That sign goes up after we do, so after the project is approved, and then the builder and I sit down for a pre-construction meeting. And then when they pay their deposit, their $10,000 deposit, that's when and get their Sun Valley permit, that's when the sign gets printed and issued.
What about an address sign? Did I miss it? I'm just curious. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally blind?
Yeah, I didn't see one up there either. But,
We didn't install one. I didn't know to do that.
Oh,
I could
okay.
put one up.
Good. I started to get really worried because Joel, can you show me the picture of the site plan that you had there?
Yeah, the photos, or you want
Yeah, the photos. Yeah.
photos from the site? Yeah, they're up on the Google Drive here. So yeah, we do have a steep lot. It's going downhill. There's some drainage out the back. So trees are ribboned. You can see. So there are stakes in the ground.
Yeah. So that looks like where I was at. But I didn't see the string line. Well, how did I miss it?
I won't bore you with all the photos.
Okay. All right. And can we see the actual site plan then on this? Can you bring that up?
Yep. Oh, what happened here?
So what do we have as far as trees being removed and so forth?
So trees, I got the trees marked for removal here on our landscape plan.
There we go. Okay.
Here's the trees coming out. Nothing close to the foundation of the house that's being proposed to remain. Some of these trees on here are marked as to be replanted. These little ones out back.
And the stormwater calculations match the site plan. You remember that was an issue on a few projects.
You mean in terms of the square footage?
Yes.
Let's see. Oh. So here's our stormwater, 2,118 square feet, 622 for the driveway.
Oh, yes, I remember this one. This is the one with like the 70-page stormwater report.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that. Yep, okay, all right.
Yeah. Chad asked me, "Are you sure you want that?" I'm not the one reading it, but
We do not want that.
Yeah.
And the future don't really, and we don't need that. That is really, we trust you on that for now and until we find something otherwise, Joel.
well, I trust the engineers on it too.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and we're certainly not engineers, or not currently. So, all right, guys, do you have any other questions on this construction project?
No,
No, I have no further questions.
And Joel, no other issues? How about our lighting package?
Yeah. So
Everything was appropriate?
So the lighting, and I'm sure you folks will see this again too. And this is something we look for on our final inspections. These lighting, a lot of time these cylinder lights have lights both on top and below as an option. So in the policies, there is no allowed upward shining lights, and so I'll make sure that this is capped on top or just lights below, and that's a final inspection check off.
Perfect. Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay. That's unanimous. That has been approved.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate you taking the time.
And I'll make sure the string lines stay up a little better this next time.
Yeah, okay. I'll make sure I go to the right place too.
Yeah, I had the house and the overhangs both staked out, and I ran out of pink and I only had white paint with me that day.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
But the decks are all under cover of the roof, so I just assumed it was all marking the corners of the roofs out would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it was fine. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, Joel, anything else on your end?
That's it for right now. Yeah, this is the first new construction of the year I've seen. There will be another one from Chad right next door to this, to the left. So they have both lots are going to build 2 homes right next door. So I'm sure you'll probably see that in the near future. He hasn't submitted plans yet. Yeah, we're just kind of starting to ramp up with the build season here.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right, well, thank you very much, Joel. I appreciate your
My pleasure.
efforts this morning.
All right, thank you. Nice meeting everyone else. Joe Jean,
All right.
Justin.
Bye.
We'll be seeing more of you a lot this summer, I'm sure.
Yeah. All righty.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that'll bring us back. We'll jump to, since we still have Rob here, correct? We'll jump on over to item number 6, which is 104 Grandview Lane. This is an exterior alteration request. We'll start with that and then work our way through. All of them are 104. Item number 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all 104 Grandview. So we'll just go through those one at a time. So the first one, and that was the other thing. So our packages are normally, each piece of paper has an item number on it, and that's something we missed on this agenda. I wanted to make that statement before we started, which is fine for now. We can get through it. But so I have exterior alteration request, and this is to add exterior stairs to the side of his house. Would go from the street all the way to the back of the house. The only catch is they're not on his property, or for the most part, not on his property. They're going to be on the neighbor's property next door. And this, go ahead.
I wanted to, they have the request to, them and the neighbor are going to, in essence, sell the property to 104. And so we have this.
The easement agreement.
Yeah, and what we need, I told the lady when I was talking to her the other day that we need a signed copy of this form before we can approve it or anything. And she said that they were supposed to get it in a day or 2, and I suggested she just fax it over to us when they get it, and maybe we could approve all the 4 requests, and with the stipulation that we get this approved that form signed. And
Well, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Yeah, because I saw that too. It's unsigned. It's a great thing, but who knows what's actually going to happen, or the final rendition may be different than what we see that's placed in front of us.
yeah.
The other question I have is asked myself. I actually have several questions on this. So I'm not a big fan of what's being proposed currently. The project right now, as it sits, is almost property line to property line with the retaining wall from side to side of the house. And so I get the issue. They want to try to get down the side of their house and add some stairs. I'm not sure why there's a door coming out on every level of that house. I don't know the reason for that, you know, on the side of the house. I don't have those. Mine goes down a hill. I don't have doors on each floor that go out to the outside of the house. So I'm not sure the reason or the need. So that was one question I had, and that's probably irrelevant. The biggest question I have is why wouldn't they just do a lot line adjustment? So the property owner, Galicki's, I think was her name. Why would they not just do a lot line adjustment, move their property line over 10 feet through the county, alleviate all this easement stuff, and then that would be a no-brainer. It would be a done deal. And that way it would still be on 104's property. It would be part of their property. We wouldn't have any issues with it being on someone else's property. The other problem I have with an easement, what happens when somebody sells a house? So the two neighbors have made this great agreement and probably maybe intend to stay there forever and ever and whatnot, but you know, things happen and one of the houses gets sold. Now all of a sudden we have an issue with the stairs going on someone else's property. And I don't know if that easement becomes null and void at that time when it changes ownerships, the property.
Somebody named Rob is willing to answer these questions. Can he talk to us some way?
Yeah, Deb, can you bring Rob over audio wise? But I wanted us to think about these situations. Rob, you able to get us yet?
Keith, I brought him over.
Let's see. Yeah, you need to get his phone number. So he doesn't have a microphone available on his computer right now. So he's trying to call in with the cell phone. Can you bring the cell phone over? Do you know how to do that? Gosh, John used to say you had to hit star something to talk. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that one.
Yeah, I don't either. It's like star, there was star something. I remember having to do it one time when I was in Arizona. We were at the Grand Canyon. It was the only way I could get in, and I had to use my cell phone, and it was star something. I can't recall what it is, Rob. Maybe that's something you could look real quick and try to figure out how to get in. Because Deb did bring you over. We just have no audio with you. So let's continue talking about, so that was one of the questions I had, you know, if something like that happens, what happens to those steps and so forth. I don't know what kind of legal issue, if any, it places on Sudden Valley by allowing, that's why I prefer for them to do a lot line adjustment, just move the lot line over. It's so much easier than doing all this other stuff. So it'd be great if Rob could speak to that.
Well, let me say that when I talked to the homeowner, she said that they were purchasing the property from the neighbors. And that was all part of.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
There you are. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, so I would love to answer the questions about the easement because that was a little bit painful for us. The neighbor, I did want to do a lot line adjustment, and that's what I proposed to the neighbor. The neighbor kind of went to their advisor or real estate agent, or I don't quite understand who he went to, but the advice he was given, and I don't know if it's true or not, it wasn't what I understood a lot line adjustment to be, was that because of their mortgage, they would not be allowed to sell off part of the property. And that their advisor advised them to do an easement. So I hired the property lawyer to draft up the easement. The easement, most of the stairs are on my property. It's only the top section of the stairs and 1 foot of the stairs that's going to be on the easement. The bottom entire section of the stairs, it will all be entirely on my property. The easement does transfer with the house. The neighbor actually already has an easement. He has a shared driveway below his house. And I think there are a couple of houses in Sudden Valley that have shared driveways, but it does stay with the property. And
Okay.
so me and the neighbor have worked it out. it gets filed with the county. So the property lawyer files it with the county, and it goes in until the beneficiary, so the 104 grand property, decides to give it up. And so we've hired the property lawyer. They've kind of walked me through the process. But this is what the neighbor has agreed to, and I am kind of subject to his willingness to work with me. And so that's how we ended up with the easement.
Yeah. So he is all on board. He obviously has to be. Was there any issue with him removing that tree himself? The one.
No.
Okay.
The people, I'm sorry if there's an echo. The people who are going to build the deck are actually going to remove the tree for us, and it is sort of right on the edge of the property line on his side. And the only reason we're removing it is because it's where the stairs are. So I know I sent in a lot of forms. I don't know if I filed my request appropriately. Hopefully.
No, you're fine. So the stairs going down, they're going to come all the way up to the road. So they're actually going to be in Sudden Valley's right of way. Is that correct?
They're going to go to the end of the gate, that the railing on the side of the driveway. There's going to be a couple feet back from the road, and we can put them back as far off the road as we need to. Just it does turn into a little bit of a hill. So
okay. So I get what you're doing. And then so the access to those things, it's not the idea of, we're not renting these out to make
there's
some.
there's no reason. One of the benefits is the lowest level. My house is 3 levels.
Yeah.
The top level is kind of the normal living area. The level below is bedrooms. The bottom level is entirely unfinished and is kind of split level, which is why there are 2 doors. We have no intention of renting anything out at all. But we are considering finishing that area for more living space, not permitted to rent it out, nothing like that. But in order to do that project, they need access to bring in construction materials and show up and walk in and out every day. And so part of the benefit of going all the way up the road was to allow us to finish that lower level.
Just let them go through your house.
I think I would be more willing to do that than my wife. I think even if we both told the contractor that would be okay, just based on the layout, they I think would be skeptical and nervous about it.
Yeah. Okay, all right, so the questions I had on here, I'm just going to read off my notes that I made onto you. So an actual site plan I put on here required with scaled dimensions showing location of stairs, landings, and etc. That's just a thought I had. I just saw your hand drawing on here, and it was a bit confusing, and things can get carried away. So there's no dimensions on here, right? So I mean, we're looking at something that you submitted to us, and so I would trust that you're saying, no, it's only going to be a foot really onto that property, and
yeah. So the stair, the dimension, the dimensions, the stairs will be 3 foot wide, and the property line is 2 foot off from the retaining wall. And then when we get to the landing at the end of the retaining wall, I kind of show how it jogs at the corner of where the driveway meets the house. At that point, it's going to come back over. It's going to stay 3 feet wide, and it's going to continue down the side of the house. Landings at the door and where you need them. The stairs end up right. But stay 3 foot wide all the way down to allow access to the backyard.
okay, and then so the bottom stairs. See, this is where it gets, so your property line is still there. So your bottom stairs would still need a variance request down there because you're probably going to be within 2 feet of the property line. So I'm just making notes here. Make sure we got you covered on everything. Okay. Let's see, site plan proximity of stairs to neighbor's home. Okay, so that was before. I'm clear on where the neighbor's house is, all that now. What happens when one of you sell? Okay, you've answered that question for me. So the grantor currently that's giving you this easement, is that a combined lot that they currently have? Do you know?
I believe so.
So that was a question I had, and I actually intended to look that up. So there's no way he could, my question is, just so they own the lot, they give you an easement, you build your stairs and all that, could they sell that other lot? See, at some point, if they did an irrevocable combine, where they combine the lots, they couldn't break it off and sell it. So that was one thing I had a little concern about, whether that was a combined lot or not.
I think their house is in the middle of their lots. I think that their house is
Yeah.
on top of both lots.
Okay. And what is his address? Is it Gluicki's?
Yes, sir. Their address, let me pull it up so I get it exactly right. I think it should be on the easement, right?
Yes, it should. You are correct. It's not. They put in the lots, numbers and so forth, no address. But how about on the back where you sign it? Where's the signature page go? Right here. I did not know their address. Okay.
I have it. Hold on just a second. They are 106 Grandview Lane.
They're yeah, I was gonna say it had to be one or the other, right? So they were 106. Okay. All right, let's see. And then that one needed a variance. Okay, on this one. Why do I have so many? Exterior alteration requests. All right, Jojene, did you have any questions you would like Rob to answer?
Oh, no, I have no questions.
Okay. And I'm not a lawyer, Rob, so in my head, when I was out there, I was just like, hey, lot line adjustment seemed like the easiest thing to do and the best thing to do. And I'm not a lawyer, so I was
I'm not a lawyer either, and I came to the exact same conclusion that you did. And I was ready to go with a lot line adjustment. That would have been my preferred method, but I am very much appreciative of however the neighbor is willing to work with me. And
yeah.
The property lawyer who is a lawyer seemed to think that this was normal and reasonable and gets filed with the county, stays with the properties forever. I got to do a homeowner's insurance, to cover it, but it's apparently very typical and all above board.
Okay. Justin, did you have any comments on this one?
No, I'm just grateful that it was able to be cleared up. It was a lot more helpful hearing it out loud, or hearing Rob's perspective anyway.
Okay, can we get a motion?
I'll move to approve.
And we want your comments in there, though, that, so Deb, we want to make sure we get the comments in there that the easement before this moves any forward, like we'll approve on the condition that the easement agreement has been signed, and as long as nothing's been changed on it, like any wording and so forth, that if that is the case, that would be resubmitted to the ACC for review.
Absolutely. I think I would be in trouble for a lot of reasons building on a neighbor's property without permission. So we are not moving forward until that easement is filed with the county, and I'm happy to provide this group a copy of that once we have the official version.
Okay, and then I gotta say, the only other reservation I have is whether that's a standalone lot or if that is a combined joint lot. But I'm sure the attorneys would take that into consideration, right? That wouldn't be something I should be very concerned about. That's something you and your attorney or you guys and them should be concerned about, but. All right.
And the lawyer did say that if they sell the house, the easement, it's my property's right to dissolve the easement. And so I assume that even if they sell part of the lot that has the easement sticks with the easement.
Yeah, and it'd be their issue, right? It'd be their lot, so they'd have to try to sell it with that easement, so it's their burden. Okay. So, okay, I'll second with those comments. The comments be added and all in favor?
I,
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rob. Good job. I doubted it. I got to be honest. I was a little doubtful that we were going to get this passed, but you did a good job. I appreciate taking your time.
No, I really appreciate it. I'm glad I called in and really appreciate it. Sorry that I didn't have I'm not a professional, so I did my best.
Oh, no, great. You did a good job. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, we have one other attendee. Deb, do you know what Nancy is here for?
I do not. Would you like me to bring her over?
Yeah, if we could just find out if she's got a project, and we can go ahead and get that addressed now.
Sure.
Hi, good morning, Nancy. We're just wondering what project you might be here for.
Actually, I'm not here for any of your projects. I'm here to
Oh,
see
oh.
how you operate.
Hey, good morning. Okay, you're just listening. Okay, great. I just thought if you're waiting, we'd bring you in and get you taken care of.
Now, what I want to know is, you bastard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Nancy.
No, I was talking to somebody else in the
Oh,
room. I'm sorry about that. I have lots open next to me, and I just wondered how it goes when somebody builds on it. And that's what I was listening for, and now I know. Thank you.
okay.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to listen to YouTube, but it isn't streaming. Is anybody still listening?
Yeah, I have a hard time. Joe Jean, can you, I have a hard time understanding.
it's hard understanding what she's saying.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time, Nancy, too. I'm not sure why.
Well, I think I have one possible solution. Do this. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Aha, aha. I was just listening in because I didn't intend to join or anything and wanted to watch YouTube, but YouTube didn't stream. I'm interested in your process for new contractors because I will probably be looking at one of them's plans later this year.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, thank you.
So I was interested in what the gentleman from Rubicon had to say, and all is good for now. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good, Nancy. Have a good day.
Same to you.
Okay, Deb, thank you. You could return Nancy. I'd appreciate that. And then, all right, Joe Jean, it looks like it's just going to be you and I. Doesn't have to step away briefly. So we'll go on to item number 4, which is a tree request removal for 9 Eagle Crest.
I move to approve with a county permit.
Okay, so this guy had, all right. The only concern I had on this thing was, yes, county permit for sure is going to be required. I wish he had an arborist report. Several of the trees don't even need our approval. They're small, you know, they're really insignificant trees. They still need county approval. But that's all I had. Gosh, if people would just start doing an arborist report with them. I know I talked to him because he kind of mentioned, I thought he alluded to like he had one, is the way I read this. And I was like, great. So I called him up and said, hey, just like you forgot your arborist report, and you know, it'd be so helpful if you had that. And so an arborist had looked at him. The arborist had told him that all these needed to come out. He just never actually got an arborist report from him. So, and a lot of them are insignificant. So I didn't have a problem with it either. I just wanted to make that comment out there. I didn't know if you had, you moved to approve, so I guess you're good with it. So, and it's just you and I.
Yeah, I went and saw all those trees and I figured, he needs to cut some of them down, and if he
Yeah.
gets the county's permit, it's okay with us, so.
Okay, so your motion is moved to approve with county permit will be your comment.
Correct,
And I'll second that with that comment.
okay.
And that's unanimous. Okay. Item number 5 is 28 North Point Drive. It's also a tree
I'll
removal.
make the same motion I did on the last one, move to approve with county permits.
Yes, okay, yeah, and so they contacted the county already, so yes, okay, I'm in the same with you on that, so that's unanimous with the same comment.
Actually, when did you talk to them?
Yesterday afternoon.
Okay, I probably talked to them yesterday morning because they didn't realize they had to have county permit.
In fact, they said Joe Jean was just here. And I said, well, there might be more coming out to look, so just let them know.
That's what I told them. Anyways, I move to approve with county permits.
Yep, and I second, so that's unanimous. Okay, and then so that was item number 5. Item number 6, 7, 8, and 9, we've already discussed. That was 104 Grandview. We're on to item number 10, which is 26 Cascade Lane. It's a fence request.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, let me bring that one up. I did have a note. Okay, the only comment I had, so I am in, move to approve. I agree with you on that, so I'll second that. With the comment I had was the maximum fence heights could be 5 feet high, not 6 feet high. And
Yeah,
that's all.
they didn't say too much about the tree of the fence. So limiting the height is good idea.
Yeah, well, that's our guideline is 5 foot high unless you're abut a county road, and then you can go 6 foot high. So that would be moved. Yeah, I second your approval with that comment that it would be 5 foot high, not 6.
Yeah, I guess she says it's going to be 6 feet. So yeah, going down to 5 is good.
Okay. And I assume Deb got that. So, okay, we'll go to item number 11, which is 82 Polo Park Drive, exterior alteration request. Well, this is the retaining walls, replacing existing railroad ties.
Okay, I move to approve.
Okay, I'm in favor with you, so that's unanimous, approved. Item number 12, 51 North Point Drive. 51 North Point. Oh, this is just this is actually very nice. They're doing a nice landscape.
Yeah, I couldn't quite understand the request.
Yeah, so yeah, it's right behind. It's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful place. So yeah, right behind they're doing the landscape. So yeah, I had no problem with it at all. I think it's fantastic. So
Actually, they're the ones, they're on that creek. And I told the lady that I was talking to that, oh, never mind. I've jumped one up.
okay, so on that one, we have no issues with 51 North Point Drive. Move to approve.
Yeah, that was just shrubbery stuff, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah,
So we're good on that one. Unanimous.
yeah.
Okay, item number 13 is 14 Honeycomb Lane. It's exterior alteration request.
Okay, I'll move to approve that one.
Yep.
That's the one I was talking to the lady and I suggested she find out what all the rules are living on a creek. Because there are some things it can and can't do.
Yes.
But otherwise, I mean, the cleanup they want would really be helpful for them. It'd look a lot better.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's unanimous. That's been approved. Item number 14 was 18 Spinnaker Lane, and we have already approved that previously this morning. He was an attendee. So we'll go down to item number 15, which is 19 Meadow Court. It's an exterior alteration request. And this work is all being done inside their already little fenced in kind of area. So I didn't have any issues with it. I don't know if you had any discussion or comments.
Well, I don't have any questions. I marked on my page that was okay with me, so.
All right, so I'll move to approve.
Second,
All right, that's unanimous. Okay, item number 16, which is 14 Sunflower Court. That was our new construction, which that was already in and approved. So we did that previously. Okay, item number 17. We have introduction of the nomination and new ACC. Gosh, and I was hoping Rich would be here this morning. I was really counting on him being here, and Chad, so we could discuss our new membership. But what I wanted to do, we already did the one, which was Leslie, and so she got approved by majority. And then Georgina, I had two additional ones that I wanted to bring forward this morning. So are you ready?
sure.
Okay, I have one is Wayne Lee. And he was a retired electrical engineer doing design standards, construction experience on large infrastructure projects. So he's a good member in good standing here. These guys were vetted previously. A member in good standing here and just interested in joining our ACC committee. So does have construction experience as far as looking at plans and things like that.
That's good. And, you know, since we've had a quorum, we can approve whoever, you know, like Wayne and Leslie and who else the next person is. Isn't that, you know, at the board meeting when you asked to add Leslie to the agenda, you were told that you couldn't, the committee can't vote by email like we did, and
Right.
And since we're the only two, I consider this an official board meeting, and we can approve all of them. And
That's
then
correct.
you shouldn't have an issue asking the board
To ratify.
putting it on the agenda.
That's correct. Yeah. So the deal was that, so what happened? So like a year ago, I guess probably because of COVID, we had done this a few times on the ACC where we had done things, I guess, taking a vote or whatnot on members online, right? Because we couldn't all get together on a Zoom. It was very difficult to do. And so I guess the chair at the time, I don't know if it was Noel or Rich, had said, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And so we all agreed. So it never was an issue. But this time when I tried it, it came as soon as I said it at the board meeting, it was like, no, they were like waiting. No, you cannot do it like that. So I was like, it's not a big deal. We'll do it right. But
it turns out at a board meeting, you can't add something to the agenda that needs a vote. So even if she would have approved us approving it by email or whatever, you still couldn't have had it on the agenda.
well, I sent an email asking that, but no one responded to me. So so I waited till the meeting and I just asked after the meeting. But yeah, I was like, okay, this is great.
You better be a little more forceful when you ask for something on the agenda.
Yeah, so the next one, I'll get to the next guy. So we're both good on Wayne Lee.
What's his last name?
Lee, L-E-E.
Oh, okay, I guess I could have spelled that.
And then the next one is Ted Jansen. And he was the president of the Lake Ridge Condominium Association from 2015 to 2019. And he retired educator, school administrator, and he's a member in good standing here. He's done some remodeling work on 6 different homes over the years.
I move to approve both of them.
Okay. Okay, very good, Joe Jean. Thank you so much. And then I will get these now. I guess Nancy's here. I think I have to get them to Nancy. I'm not sure. I asked who do I send stuff to get on the agenda and no one responded. So I was like,
Is that Nancy a board member?
yeah, she's
Okay.
N&E. It's Nancy with N&E.
Okay, well, I didn't see her name. And Nancy, are you still there? Oh, maybe she can't talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I'm not sure. But
Okay.
all right, well, very good. Joe Jean, thank you very much. I appreciate you chiming in this morning. And you heard George is gone, right? So we're without an ACC coordinator again. So that's unfortunate. And I understand they're trying to work hard to find someone to, get a replacement. So that's all I really know about it.
Is Deb our coordinator?
Deb, so she started out as temp here, came in last year, and she worked with the ACC briefly here and there, as well as John with IT did. And then, so Deb left, kind of backed out when there was another girl involved. I forget her name.
Deanna?
She left. What was it?
Deanna?
Oh, yes, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, Deanna. Yes. Yeah, so now it's Deb, at least for now. So we're not really sure, unless Deb, you have more information on that.
No, I don't.
Okay. And she's obviously busy doing a couple of things. So, yeah, so I don't know, but somebody a community member sent me a thing saying that in 2016, I think it was, that the community passed like a $3 and something cent raise on everybody's dues, and it was supposed to be to hire an architectural control committee coordinator or something, admin. That's supposed to be like dedicated for the ACC. I haven't looked into that. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I'm like, gosh, I don't have that kind of control. I'm just the chair of the committee. So it's I'm not sure. I hear stuff about the code compliance stuff again. A lot of people are complaining, I guess spring, and people start driving and noticing things more. So I just had a conversation yesterday with a gentleman. I'm not sure, he wasn't happy with the resolve. I don't know what we're doing, There's complaints. I've heard people complaints, and the complaints then are done formally, like the board asked to be submitted. They submit them formally, and then they just seem to get ignored. I don't know if they are being ignored. It's just been months and months, and there's still no response to them. So I don't know what's going on. But
Well, now we have, hopefully get 3 more members so you and I don't have to approve everything.
yeah, it's always nice to have different eyes and opinions. I like that. I'm not always up on everything, and so it's good to hear a different perspective. And I like today, I was dead set against the one project, the stairs, but then hearing the gentleman, and he's exhausted all his side. So that's the important thing. He did everything he could on his side, and he's working with the homeowner next door to make it happen. So, other people, it's good to have different eyes and opinions. So anyways, go ahead.
I'm going to move to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, gosh, I forgot. Okay. Yep, meeting adjourned at 10:09.
All righty. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Deb. I'm so